When we look up at the vast blue expanse above us, it often appears empty, a quiet canvas for the sun and clouds, but this seeming emptiness is an illusion. The sky is, in fact, a bustling, invisible world, teeming with life and structured in ways we are only just beginning to understand. It is a three-dimensional habitat, a complex network of unseen layers and pathways. Much like the oceans have different depths, each with its own unique inhabitants, the atmosphere is layered with distinct zones. These layers are defined by temperature, wind speed, and air pressure, creating what we might think of as invisible highways, corridors, and even entire ecosystems, all stacked one on top of the other, stretching for miles above our heads. These aerial highways are far from deserted. They are traveled by an astonishing array of creatures on journeys of survival. From the tiniest gnats to the most majestic eagles, animals have mastered the art of flight to find food, escape danger, and undertake epic migrations across continents. The sky is their domain, and they navigate its complexities with an instinctual brilliance that is truly remarkable. Each species has adapted to use specific parts of this vertical world, choosing their altitude with purpose. They are not simply flapping about at random. Their flight is a carefully calibrated dance with the elements, a response to the subtle cues of the invisible landscape that surrounds them. Imagine the sky as a grand building with many floors. The lowest levels, just above the treetops, are often filled with the gentle hum of insects and the flutter of small songbirds searching for a meal. Higher up, you might find bats swooping through the twilight, occupying a middle ground. And higher still, in the colder, thinner air, great flocks of geese or cranes soar on powerful currents, using the wind to carry them thousands of miles. Each floor of this skybound structure offers different advantages and challenges, and the animals that use them have become specialists, perfectly suited to their chosen altitude and the unique conditions they find there. This concept of a structured living sky changes our entire perspective. It is no longer just the air, but a vibrant and dynamic habitat that supports a staggering amount of life. Every day and every night, this hidden world is the stage for countless dramas of life and death, of incredible endurance and navigational genius. It is a world of constant motion, where the inhabitants are guided by forces we cannot see and senses we can barely imagine. Understanding this intricate aerial ecosystem is the first step towards appreciating the marvelous creatures that call it home, and the incredible journeys they undertake right above us. The science of studying life in the sky has a name: aeroecology. It is the study of how organisms use the atmosphere, and it has revealed that animals are incredibly strategic about where they fly. Just as a lion claims a territory on the savanna, flying animals carve out their own spaces in the air. Scientists call this an aerial niche. This means that each type of animal has its own preferred altitude, its own time for flying, and its own way of dealing with the conditions found there. This clever separation helps to reduce competition for food and space, allowing a great diversity of creatures to share the same patch of sky without constantly getting in each other's way. The distribution of these niches follows a general, though not absolute, pattern. The lower layers of the sky closer to the ground are often the busiest. Here, countless insects, from moths to dragonflies to beetles, form a rich, airborne soup of life. This layer is a flying feast for many predators. Consequently, you will find small birds, like swallows and swifts, darting through this insect-rich zone, their beaks snapping up meals on the wing. At dusk, this same layer becomes the hunting ground for bats, which use their remarkable echolocation to navigate the darkness and find their insect prey, taking over the niche that the birds occupied during the day. Moving up into the middle layers, we find a different set of travelers. These are often larger birds that are commuting longer distances or seeking different opportunities. Pigeons, for instance, may fly in this mid-range zone as they travel between their roosting and feeding sites. This altitude can offer smoother air and a clearer view, allowing them to navigate more efficiently. It is a transitional space, less crowded than the insect-filled lower levels, but still connected to the world below. The animals here are often on a mission, flying with a purpose from one point to another, using the sky as a bridge between important places in their lives. Finally, we reach the highest realms of this aerial world. This is the domain of the long-distance champions, the master migrants. Large birds like geese, swans, and cranes will ascend to remarkable heights, sometimes flying miles above the earth. They do this for a very good reason. Up here, they can find powerful jet streams, fast-moving rivers of wind that can add tremendous speed to their flight, saving them precious energy on their marathon journeys. The air is cold and thin, but for these powerful flyers, the benefits of a free ride on the wind far outweigh the challenges. They have become the ultimate navigators of the high sky. For a very long time, the world of flying animals was a great mystery. We could see them take off and land, but where they went and what they did high up in the sky was largely unknown. Today, however, scientists have developed extraordinary tools that allow them to peer into this invisible world. One of the most powerful of these tools is radar. Just as a weather radar can detect raindrops in the atmosphere, a more sensitive biological radar can detect birds, bats, and even large swarms of insects. These radar systems send out radio waves, which bounce off the animals and return to a receiver, painting a picture of the life moving through the sky. These radar images are truly astonishing. They can show scientists the size, density, and direction of a flock of migrating birds, even when they are flying at night or are too high to be seen with binoculars. By analyzing these patterns over time, researchers can map the great migratory flyways that crisscross the globe. They can see when the migration begins, how it is affected by the weather, and what altitudes the animals prefer. This technology has transformed aeroecology, turning the once invisible movements of millions of animals into data that can be studied, mapped, and understood in incredible detail. Beyond radar, scientists also use tiny tracking devices to follow individual animals. These lightweight GPS tags can be fitted onto a bird or a bat, recording its precise location, speed, and altitude second by second. When this data is retrieved, it provides a breathtakingly intimate look into the animal's journey. We can see a raptor riding a thermal updraft, spiraling higher and higher without a single flap of its wings. We can follow a tiny songbird on its perilous, non-stop flight across the open ocean. These individual stories fill in the details of the bigger picture provided by radar, revealing the incredible navigational skills and endurance of these aerial athletes. However, this research has also revealed the many dangers that flying animals face. The sky is not always a safe place. Sudden changes in weather, like strong headwinds or storms, can blow birds off course or exhaust them completely. Man-made structures also pose a significant threat. Tall buildings with bright lights can disorient night-migrating birds, causing them to collide with windows. And as we build more wind farms to generate clean energy, the massive spinning blades of the turbines can become deadly obstacles. Understanding how, when, and where animals fly is therefore crucial for finding ways to mitigate these dangers. The knowledge we gain from aeroecology is not just for our own curiosity, it holds the key to protecting the remarkable creatures of the sky. By creating detailed maps of these invisible highways, scientists can identify hotspots of aerial activity, the specific times and altitudes where the sky is most crowded with migrating animals. This information is incredibly valuable. For example, if we know that a particular mountain pass is a major migratory corridor for birds during the month of April, we can make more informed decisions about where to build new structures, like wind farms or communication towers, to avoid placing them directly in the flight path. This data can even help us make existing structures safer. For wind farms located in migratory routes, the turbines could potentially be shut down during peak migration nights, a practice that is already being tested in some areas. Knowing the precise altitudes at which different species fly allows for even more targeted solutions. If bats tend to fly below 500 feet, while birds fly much higher, the design and operation of turbines can be adjusted to minimize harm to both groups. Similarly, cities can help by implementing lights-out programs during migration season, dimming the lights on tall buildings to prevent deadly collisions for birds navigating by the stars. Our responsibility extends beyond just avoiding harm. We can also actively help these sky-faring animals. By preserving large natural habitats on the ground, the forests, wetlands, and grasslands where these animals rest and refuel, we ensure they have the energy to complete their incredible journeys. Protecting these stopover sites is just as important as keeping the airways safe. Every park we create, every river we clean, and every forest we preserve becomes a vital service station on the vast migratory superhighway, supporting the travelers of the sky on their way to their destinations. In the end, looking up at the sky should fill us with a sense of wonder, not for its emptiness, but for the vibrant, hidden world it contains. Every bird, bat, and insect is a master of the air, a testament to the power of evolution. By continuing to study their world through the lens of aeroecology, we learn more about their challenges and how we can become better neighbors. Protecting these aerial ecosystems is a shared responsibility, one that ensures future generations will also be able to marvel at the sight of a flock of geese silhouetted against the moon, continuing their ancient and magnificent journey across the invisible highways of the sky.